My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. Now, many a times we would have told you how the justice system works in Trinidad and Tobago. And some of you may have think that there is a conspiracy theory. But Trinidad is so small that each one of them knows one another. From magistrates to lawyers to judges. They know one another. So the integrity of most of your cases and them that is in Trinidad and Tobago is infiltrated. It is not there. When you feel somebody really, a lawyer, really fighting a battle for you, some of the times that is not the case. Hey, look that boy they have a matter or going on there. And it's still the highest bidder. Now, we will go right into a tape, an international tape that would have dissect this whole system, because sometimes a prophet is not recognized in his home tongue. And you know what I mean by that? Sometimes when I bring the message, sometimes or you believe me, but sometimes it doesn't take somebody outside of the system to be able to see it. Experiencing this system, this collapse of this justice system in Trinidad and Tobago, trust me, many of you who go through the system knows the flaws. Just yesterday, somebody would have called me, would have been in prison for over 16 years and no charges. And they make 16 years in jail, but at off and on period. And that is what taking place here, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So when they talk about Rikers Island and people take and understand, it's the same thing that takes place here. And when we want justice from a system that is purporting to show justice, it is not that. Most of the time it's kangaroo here. They don't know the outcome and just go through it as a formality. That is a fact in Trinidad and Tobago. It's all about making money. It's all about getting more money out of you, the customer. When will all of this change? When? So when we would have delved into the diverse nature of the Point 14 court, and when we would have showed you, all right, I myself, I believe that I am victimized. The proof is in the pudding. When I would have talked about something, about an incident that would have taken place with me in the court, I get a defamation letter by Margaret Alley. And things like this keep on going on. Now, let me address this question one time when somebody would have asked within the comment. Somebody would have asked why we don't have a steady show that is running. And the problem is simply this: we are being harassed by the protective service in Trinidad and Tobago. There are certain rogue police officers, they send little threats. So we have to remain unpredictable sometimes until we could probably be able to push forward certain things. And as I say, in the upcoming week, the kind of things that I am going to release, it might shock some of you. But there's our next tale for our next time. Right now, I could show you something. The same information, the information that I am requesting from the Point 14 court up to now, I can't still get. But you know why we're doing that? Or you know why? We will engage you again and we will show you the people. But right now, we are going straight into the video in which somebody would have outlined the system, probably in a way that you could understand, probably the way that I talking about it, or you may not be able to understand like that. But this is a simple but complex breakdown as to what the system gives and the collusion, and if you really stand a chance. My name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. Like, share, and subscribe.
So when you go in for a hearing, they're listening to see if you know who you are. So what the judge is going to determine is what jurisdiction you're going to be in. And so when you know who you are, you know how to answer or respond appropriately. So when the judge asks you, can you hear me? Is he asking to See if the sound and the volume's okay. Can you physically listen and hear him? Or is he asking something else? So a way to answer that would be, oh, define hearing. Are you talking about audible, sound, volume? He wants you under his jurisdiction. What jurisdiction is that? Admiralty law, commerce, commercial law, right? Because when he has jurisdiction over you, that means that the courts have authority over you. The court has jurisdiction over you, meaning you're a ward of the state. So they can determine the outcome because they're a parent corporation. A parent corporation to the corporation that sounds like you but isn't you. So Jane Doe, all caps, sounds like Jane Doe, your family name. So when they say, is Jane Doe here? And you answer yes, you've just subjected yourself under their jurisdiction. So you could say something like, I'm here to address the matter. Friends call me Jane. You can call me Jane. And you're not admitting that you're somehow an all caps name corporation. There's so many little tricks and nuances to the courts. So the more prepared you are, the better off you'll do, and the more tools in your tool belt you'll have. So standing, developing one's standing comes over time. So we stand, then we stand again, then we stand again. Oftentimes people think it's just one and done. And sometimes you test yourself to see how well you're standing. But the judge is testing you because do you mean it? Do you really mean it? Are you sure? Are you really sure? In one situation, we heard of the judge asking or saying to the woman, threatening her. The judge says, well, if you don't capitulate to our decision here, the court will not protect you. Well, the question is, was the court ever protecting her? I mean, let's think about it. Who is the judge getting paid by? Oftentimes it's the state. Well, who is the all caps name registered to? The all caps name on your birth certificate. Who is it registered to? It's not registered to you. It's registered to the state. Well, who's the prosecutor being paid by? Well, in situations where it's the state versus blah, 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 it would be the state. The prosecutor is getting paid for by the state. And then what happens when they say, don't worry, oh, you can't afford an attorney? That's all right, we'll get one for you. Here's your defense attorney. So now we have the judge, we have the prosecutor, and we also have the defense attorney, all getting paid for by, you guessed it, the state. Does that sound like a conspiracy against rights to you? So it sounds like a racket to me. That's what it sounds like. So anyway, just know that when they're asking you something like, can you hear me? They're not exactly asking you because they care about you. They're trying to assert their power over you. And the only way this can be done is with your consent and your signature. Your signature holds more value than anything. That's what they're looking for. They want that signature. So anyway, there's a lot more to it, but you can check us out on americansinaction.info and learn all about exiting the corporation. I love you. God bless you. And I celebrate who you are. In love. Bye.